Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be reviewing 3 mods that will improve the Varun theme within Starfield. I feel this is an important topic to get into, especially with Shattered Space coming up and trying to get into that Varun mode when it does drop. So let's get right into it. With the first mod is the Varun Cyber Runner Curvy female shape. Now this is by Zone 79 and let's take a look at it. So these are 2 of the outfits. I believe there's a total of 10 and they also come in different colors. This is the Varun theme. This particular outfit I can tell was based off of an outfit that was on the mannequins within the Varun Embassy, but let's see how they look in combat themselves and see if they still hold up to gameplay. So up ahead, rather shortly, we are going to see Andrasia engage in a little combat and see how that outfit fares out while it's in combat itself. And we can see it holds up pretty well. The blood splatters on it pretty good. I rather enjoy this outfit. Now, this can all be made in an industrial workbench. It's going to be under Varun, so it's going to be towards the bottom. And you can see there is quite a lot of different options here. There's optics that are added into this as well. I opted to not use the optics because, you know, I like to see people's faces, but if that is your thing, there you go. And this does give you a lot of different outfits that you can use yourself or your companion can use. But let's go ahead and take a look at the next mod. The next mod is going to be a mod that adds weapons to your spaceship. And it adds it right into the builder itself, so you can find the weapons in the builder. They're going to be listed under Varun. And we can see I've already put them on this Varun ship, but we'll go ahead and look into the stats. They're not particularly cheap, so it's going to cost you a little bit. This mod is called Inquisitor Varun Ship Weaponry, and this is by Inquisitor Mods. He does a lot of different mods, and I do mean to get into some of his bosses and play through those and showcase those for you, so I will probably be covering those in the near future. But as we can see here, there's 3 different weapons, and then there's 3 variants of those weapons: an A class, a B class, and a C class. The first weapon is a turret, the second weapon is an auto fire weapon, and then the third weapon is kind of like a laser. It doesn't fire at a high rate, but it does a little bit more damage. But as we can see here in space combat, the turret fires at a very high rate. Same with also the auto fire weapon. So right now I am playing on very hard. I will say I did use the Darkstar mods to modify my shield and also my reactor, so this is compatible with the Darkstar mods, so if you are playing with them, you can have this on the same ship if you wanted to. But they are not bad weapons. I don't know if I would go with all 3 on a ship. I would probably mix and match with some other weapons, because 2 of the weapons do a lot of shield damage without too much hull damage, while the third slower weapon that does a little bit higher damage actually does some hull damage. So it can be rather easy to take down their shields, but rather challenging to actually destroy the ship if you are flying with nothing but these Varun weapons. But I would probably mix and match with some of the other ship weapons within the game, because I see them as very suitable tool in the arsenal to bring shields down and offline and take out systems for combat itself, especially if you're like me and find the easiest way to raise funds in this game is by stealing other ships. And as I wrap up this combat here, we can see the weapons do hold up well against them. I would just like a little bit more hull damage out of some of these weapons. But other than that, like they feel kind of in the Varun theme in themselves. And then as we get into this last mod is also going to be another Inquisitor mod. This is Inquisitor Special Forces Mountain Apartment Base. So what does this do? This adds a little mountain apartment base into the game. It is right at the Kazul sulfur mines. So if you go to the Kazul sulfur mines, it's going to be behind where your ship lands. You'll see these steps leading up. Now I know it says Special Forces, but I could easily see some Varun spies coming into the settled systems and setting up a mountain base. So this very much makes sense to me that if you were going to go ahead and do a Varun-themed roleplay, that you would probably very much enjoy this little mountain base by the Kazul sulfur mines. Now, majority of this base is unfurnished, but you do have the capacity to furnish it yourself. He has added some furnishing to it here with a couple couches. The kitchen is furnished. We have some windows as well, so we can see a little bit out into the outside world. And there we do have the build panel. And like I said, the kitchen is furnished to a degree.
What do you need?
And you can easily furnish it more. And also, he did leave a goodie bag for anyone who does download this. So right here we can see a lot of different gear. Now I will let you know anything that is listed here as unrivaled or relic would not be that unless you are running the Darkstar manufacturing. I'm going to go ahead and put a card up in case you want to check out that video, but that does add a lot of high-powered weapons, and this mod is compatible with Darkstar. As we can see, Quantum Harness was picked up right out of this chest. We're seeing unrivaled and relic weapons. But the mod author, Inquisitor, he does leave us quite a bit of different goodies within here. Like this is a very fine piece of armor, or not armor, spacesuit to wear, and a very awesome hard target in there as well. But as we check out the rest of this, there is a bathroom here. We do have what I would call probably a master bedroom. It does have a mannequin with some very nice armor on, or not armor, a spacesuit on it as well. And some things strewn about the floor. This is mostly unfurnished, so he is basically setting you up to go ahead and furnish this how you'd like, which I think is pretty nice. It does give the player an option, but I know a lot of people do not like furnishing outposts in their homes as much. But there's plenty of mods out there with pre-furnished homes for you. A little bit of a tease here with this elevator door that does not work. I was like, where are we going here? But let's get back to it. As we go ahead and explore here, we can see this is the way out. Do have a couple doors there. I'm wondering if he's planning on expanding this outpost, or not an outpost, but this apartment within the game, because you know, he's got the door set up, he's got the elevator there, so it seems like he might have the intention of expanding this player home later on down the road, but who knows? We will see if he does or not. But it's a pretty sizable little apartment tucked away near the Kazul sulfur mines. But we're going to go ahead and get out of here because there is one last thing I want to show you. And it pertains to that weapon mod. We're going to see how it actually looks on the ship as we approach it. As we get outside here, please note the lighting effects on the weapons. It's rather cool. But if you like this, found it interesting, informative, or entertaining, please give me a like and subscribe. I do appreciate them. And I will be back shortly to cover some of Inquisitor's boss mods because I think that's going to be some interesting content for a lot of players out there.